Andy Barnard and Joe Paul are both new heads of department. Andy is head of geography at St Peter's Roman Catholic School in Gloucester. At 25, he's already an excellent classroom teacher, but has he learnt to manage a department? Joe leads a staff of nearly 40 as head of learning development at Waingel College in Reading. An experienced manager from further education, her challenge has been learning to cope in a classroom. In this series, we followed their progress over the whole of their first summer term in post and joined them in this final programme at a crucial moment.
It's the 23rd of August today, and it's the Wednesday night, the night before the GCSE results come out, which is obviously quite a big time for me.
Even though I don't teach any of the GCSE subjects, I'm going into a school tomorrow to see the children, to be around for them getting their results. Hopefully, you know, there'll be lots of scenes of jubilation.
He predicted me an A.
A B.
A B.
A.
Pie in the sky to talk about percentages. I predicted and I've made my predictions, but I'll keep those to myself until I have a look at the grades tomorrow.
For Andy at St Peter's, this is the moment of truth. Are his predictions right? Of course, he already knows the A-level results.
The A2 level was fantastic. It was about 40% A and B, 60% A, B and C, which is fantastic. It's an improvement on what we've had in the past, and it meets the targets that the school set and the targets that I set myself. So that was really, really good. The S results, again, the top end were really, really, really good, what we expected, but unfortunately we had a few U's, we had a few not pass at the bottom end, which was a bit of a shame.
So to the GCSEs. Early on, some of Andy's predictions don't seem too accurate.
I think I was predicted an A for geography. So.
And what result did you get?
B.
I was predicted an A, and then I got a C. So that's not brilliant.
D. And what? Science. And math G.
Over in Reading, Jo's role includes responsibility for special needs pupils. Not surprisingly, she's focused on them and how they've done.
It's been quite nice, actually, being there for the kids that are on the register, who probably, some of them haven't done as well as they might have hoped to, but some of them have done incredibly well. So it's just nice to share that, you know, the ups and the downs with them and give them some encouragement and support.
They cancelled my apprenticeship.
Well, better things ahead for you.
There's one student in particular who got A's and A stars, who's on the register, and I guess traditionally people would expect that any student that's on the SEN register would be a low achiever or a low performer, and he's outstandingly bright, but just needed that extra support.
I beat what I was expected to get in economics, which I was predicted to see, got A star, and drama, which I was predicted to B, and I got an A.
When he first came, he was a very withdrawn individual, and to see that, you know, 5 years down the line, he's achieved A's and A stars, you know, it's brilliant. It gives me lots of motivation to do what I do, you know.
Back in Gloucester, once Andy gets his hands on the results, he realises that in its core subject, the geography department has actually done rather well.
In terms of the GCSE geography, 68% A to C, which we were absolutely thrilled with. Last year it was 60%.
Your hair looks lush. I got 1, 2, 3.
It's an option subject, and we always ask our option subjects to be looking to get as close to 70% as we can. So for his first year, he is absolutely up in the air, which is great for him.
The GCSE double award leisure and tourism was 4 out of 12, got A to C, which was, we were hoping we'd get a few more to get A, B and C, so a little bit disappointed with that.
The pass rate wasn't good, and he knows that, and he's already been to see me to explain where the modules came out and where the modules broke down, and he's not happy with the syllabus, which of course he inherited. And so that's the area he will look to develop next year and build on. But the geography itself, I'm absolutely delighted.
The year's gone reasonably well for me. There's been some things that I could have improved on, they've done better. Some things that have gone really, really well. But generally, I'm relatively happy. I'd probably say out of 10, I'd probably give myself a 6 or a 7.
The last duties of their first year are finally over, As they start preparing for their second, it's time for the verdicts.
We had a timetabling problem for this coming year, and it came to the fore quite late in July. And his whole approach to that was, let's solve it, not let's highlight the problem. And that, to me, emphasised the quality of his leadership.
In terms of being the boss, I suppose I'm a bit more comfortable with it now than I was before. I think people have accepted me and have asked for my advice and my support where they see it necessary. So with coursework moderation or with behaviour issues with pupils.
Top of the class.
She's proven to be not only a good manager but an excellent leader. She's got that bigger picture, and it's really driving forward the whole college agenda, whilst also keeping her own team, you know, working well and moving forward in terms of supporting students.
There aren't any areas really that have been resistant. I think once they began to see what we do and the results, teachers want us to be involved, and sometimes it can be quite overwhelming, the number of people and departments that want a piece of learning development at any one time. So I guess that must mean we're doing something right in being quite successful.
My room's been redone, I'm getting computers in there, and at the moment I've had to take everything out. I've had to gut the room completely, and actually it's given me a second chance at having a fresh start. I think this time, because I know the way that the school works, the way that the systems work, what paper's important and what paper's not, I think I can organise my space and my time a little bit better than I've done before.
The one thing that he will develop is the difference between leadership and checking that other people are doing their job, and leadership which is always about you doing it. It is something you look forward to see a young person who can lead from a distance rather than lead from hands-on.
In the first term I was working in the office till about 5:45, rushing to pick the kids up, going home, quick tea, and then working till after clock to, do the extra work that I'd got. As I've become more proficient and more confident, I've been able to leave the office, say at 4:30, 5 o'clock, and not have to spend so much time on work. And also, use my team more, delegate more of the admin work to the admin team. There were times in the first 2 terms where I thought I'd made a huge mistake where the teaching was concerned. I just found it very demanding, very overwhelming, and didn't think I had the tools to do it.
Right. We took a risk in that she's the first team leader who hasn't come out of the same stable in terms of, the very direct secondary school training.
After sort of things like today, like the results day, and seeing how some lessons have gone really well, the kids are really engaged, especially during term 2, term 3. It made me feel a lot better about what I've done.
I find that I've got a lot more non-contact time within the day to do my head of department things. Yes, I've got a larger workload now than I had before, but I'm finding that expectation that my lessons should be as good as anybody else's within the department, I feel quite confident that my teaching hasn't been affected.
I think that his career is going where we thought it might go. I think he is cut out for senior management in the school. Got a way to go yet. And my responsibility will be to help him to achieve what he's got to do at the geography department. And then maybe in 18 months' time to look at the prospect of giving him an all-school responsibility as well as the head of geography, so as he gains experience of working outside his department in a leadership role. And then I think he'll be ready in, should I say, 4 or 5 years to apply for senior management role.
She is going to be a very good head teacher, without a doubt. She's really got what it takes to do that. Well, she's already in a very senior position, and well-deserved, and proven that she can do that very well. But I think certainly within 5 years she'll have moved on into a senior leadership position, if not a head teacher role.
Lucky for lots of different reasons. Lucky to get this job at the age that I am, that it fell the way it did, so that I had the opportunity to apply, but also the opportunity to get the job. I still feel very, very fortunate about that.
I really feel as though I'm probably one of the luckiest people on the planet. I've got one of the best jobs anybody could ever have, using skill sets that I've amassed over the years. I adore the children, I adore the team that I work with, and I even think that if I won the lottery tomorrow, I'd still keep coming to work.
Andy and Joe's feelings at the end of their first year are uncannily similar, especially as they've never met. That's all about to change.
Hiya, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. You? Sorry I'm late.
It's all right. God, it's mad, isn't it?
I know.
Was it a long journey? Or?
A bit horrendous, yeah, so slightly longer than we anticipated.
It's crazy seeing you. I've been lived these separate lives intertwined for the last year, isn't it? It's crazy.
I know, every time I've done a video diary, I've thought, oh, I wonder what Andy's doing. I wonder what he's saying.
Exactly, I know. How have you found this year then?
What, in the job?
Yeah.
Oh, the first couple of weeks, months even, I thought I'd made a huge mistake, but it gradually got better.
That's good.
Yeah. What about you?
My challenge has only really been because I'm quite young. I think there's been a few people sort of raising eyebrows and questioning what experience I've got, but I've really enjoyed it. I found it really quite rewarding. Because I suppose within your role you've had to deal with lots of different departments, haven't you?
All of them, basically, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So that's what, for me, as a department, we kind of keep ourselves to ourselves and we have our lunch and everything together. So we work quite close as a team, but that's something I want to work on for next year, is moving out and working with other departments and linking up in probably similar ways to you do, because I think it's really important within schools, isn't it, that people work together.
That's where I'm quite lucky, because I believe my entire role is to work with those departments and try and get them to think more, sort of broadly, as a team. So it's quite nice.
I think that's great. I think that's something that certainly as a school we're looking to do and looking to move on. So it's quite exciting, really.
Brilliant.
So what are you sort of looking on to sort of senior level?
Yes, yeah.
You're brave.
Yeah.
No, I'm not thinking anywhere near that yet. I'm quite happy doing what I'm doing, and I think at some stage I will, but at this stage I'm quite happy to consolidate what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So that's quite cool.
You're going to stay with the teaching? Or?
Yeah, definitely stay with the teaching.
Right.
Probably stay doing the role I'm doing or something similar. Maybe one will step up for a while, but I'm not going to... Don't want to jump into headship or anything else quite yet.
Really? God, I'm the opposite. I'm dying to jump into headship.
Fantastic. It's the workload that scares me.
Yeah.
I think I've worked my socks off this year. And I've worked a lot, and having the children, it's been quite difficult to get that sort of balance across, isn't it? Have you found that?
Early on, yeah, my kids never saw me. It was, home at 6, dinner, then lesson planning and getting to grips with everything, and reports and reading reports and writing reports and things. But I've got, it's got a lot better now that I've got a lot of the, the skills under my belt, as it were. Hopefully it'll continue to either, level out or I'll be able to spend more time with the kids. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, that's what's really been difficult for me this year with 2 tiny ones. It's been really difficult to get that balance. I'm getting there. I felt like last term, I know obviously you lose just some of your exam groups and stuff. I felt like last term I was getting that, and I was getting more organised and together with the staff.
What was it like for you having a camera in your face?
Yeah, it's all right. You get used to it after a while, don't you?
I know.
It just becomes normal.
Were you all right with the first one?
No.
No,
I was terrible with the first one. Once I got through that, it was all right. It was everybody else's reactions, which was, oh, I don't like that. So that was good.
And what do you think of the crew?
Well, I can tell you a few stories about the crew. Did you know